joined right now by one parent, Lizette Rosenblatt, a mother whose daughter was thankfully able to escape from the school unharmed. Lizette, first of all,
today, something we never thought we'd experience.
What up? I'm Splash Jordan.
Noah Neek.
This is Noah Neek.
This is Noah Neek.
Yeah, it's your boy $1 Million Millie.
This is the Verdict Podcast.
The Verdict Podcast.
The Verdict Podcast.
I bet. So a little rusty
I
there,
was-
y'all. A little rusty, but you know what? I think it's fine. I think, it's actually not that bad. I'm just joking. Welcome back. That was a break. It wasn't planned. I wasn't tripping anyway. We had really been going hard, doing the meetups, doing a whole bunch of stuff. And I was like, I knew that one Thursday I wasn't going to be free. So I was like, okay, whatever. And I hadn't put out the audio from that other episode really because I'm not in love with how it sounds. It sounded a lot better when we were in the room versus trying to listen to it. Although I think that I'll make it available for people to listen to at some time. But it doesn't sound... I think I'm becoming one of those people where I wasn't touching the board. And, so many things are out of my control. I know how y'all get down and where y'all need to be set in relation. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of feel like I wish I could touch that board next time when we get set up. But it was the first time. They loved it. They welcomed us back. They asked me when we were coming back before I had a chance to say, hey, can we come back? So, and they were right there like, boom, we're going to put you front and center in the middle of our welcome back week. So,
Motherfucker, we lit.
yeah, so much more expansive college tour to come in the spring semester. So Verdict Podcast coming to a college, a North Carolina college near you if you live in North Carolina. So, just be patient. I'll have a version of our NC State show to come, and hopefully the people can get their hands on that. I know a lot of people did hit me up and was like, hey, doing just because you have a live show doesn't mean you get to take a 2-week break after. And I was like, well, apparently it does.
I feel like I might have been one of them people hitting you like, yo, where is the material?
Yeah, so this was just one of those times where it was like, oh man, shit got it got really rocky for a second. It was just a second though. I was able to get things under control, and so here we are. So other than that, I know that so dates for the college tour, they'll be posted probably, let's say by Christmas. Everybody will know where we're coming. Although I'd like to do it probably by Thanksgiving. In fact, if I'm being honest, I'd like to do it by Halloween. So that way there's plenty of time for every college to get substantial period of promotion. And people know where we're going to be well in advance, So, but that's a ways off though, right? So don't we got some stuff coming up at the end of this month, the end of this week that we're doing?
The event at the Arcade of Thrones.
What is that?
I think it's an R&B event.
It's just some R&B. Is people performing?
I believe so, yes, but I don't know who the artists are.
Are
And then
you
it's a birthday
performing?
bash. No, I'm not performing.
What is your role?
I'm not sure. I may be interviewing the people who are supposed to be performing, but I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Well, shout out to Arcade of Thrones.
Definitely. Shout out to Arcade of Thrones.
Yeah, shout out to Arcade of Thrones. I'll try and pull up. It's a Saturday, so my Saturday evenings.
You're on the flyer.
I'm actually not on the flyer. House of Splash is on the flyer.
Oh, that's not you? I mean, I know who you are,
Right,
but that's
yeah.
not your brand or our brand.
Well,
No, your
there's
brand.
there's a House of Splash representative in the building.
Oh, so you're just okay.
Right. You see what I'm
No.
saying? I mean, I'm going to probably come through, but it's a totally different thing. The check didn't clear to have that other guy show up.
Oh,
that other guy.
wow.
Yeah, that other guy, is probably not going to come. Cause he's got to host bingo, so he might be a little drained from getting paid.
Because it definitely says guest appearances
It
by
said-
House of Splash and
It doesn't say and.
No, and-
it doesn't say
and-
and. It does not say and. It just has it there
Sir,
on the flyer.
the newest one got a whole paragraph with you and Noah Neek.
But that's not on the flyer.
No, but that's in the tag that they just posted this week. So
That
what I'm
doesn't-
gonna say is,
that one doesn't even count because I'm not even on that flyer.
you wait, because
So I disregarded that.
Okay, well there you go. Fancy
But like I said, I'm gonna pull up.
House of Splash on the flyer.
But it doesn't say and. There is
Special guest Lynette, Noah Neek, House of Splash, separate names.
There
Se-
is
se-
a House of
separate-
Splash representative.
You know what? That's your alibi, but whatever.
So, I mean, I'll be there if anybody wants to lose in some Mario Kart. I'll be there. Was your man still doing? What's going on with that? Did y'all?
Man, I tried to call and get that solidified. Hopefully he'll call me back and we'll find out live. But
All right, that's no biggie. I know that probably by the end of the year, this facility will probably act as a recording studio. So I'll want to move into doing the same type of thing: aux parties, listening parties, studio performances, that type of thing. Will occur here as well. So it's gonna be the top of the year is gonna be real different and real busy. So we just got to get prepared. We got to get ready so we can stay ready. So if nothing else, we can jump into these top news stories.
Let's get it.
All right. So even Ray Charles could see what our top. And first of all, this podcast was essential in breaking all the Tekashi 6ix9ine news. You know, from down to his arrest, from down to what was going on. You know, we've touched on this several times. So there's several parts of the story that we can skip because we've already determined, you know, what we would do in this situation, and how we feel about Tekashi, right? But he finally took the stand. If possible, could one of y'all pull up some video or some audio of him talking? I'm looking. Okay. Yeah, if you don't mind, go ahead. Since you got your phone in your hand already, waiting to get used. So there's video and there's audio of Tekashi on the stand telling on the members of the non-Trey Bloods. And it's just as disgusting and nasty as you would think someone telling and snitching would be. The internet had fun with it, you know, as to be expected. There were some twists and turns. I know that he mentioned several other famous people: Trippie Redd, Cardi B, Jim Jones. There's actually even audio of Jim Jones discussing with Shadi or other members of the gang how to handle him. And it kind of came out. Now, this is what I took away from it: all the testimony and all the things, the memes that came out. And that's that this is a bad look for New York. This is a real bad look for New York because they kind of let him live. You know what I'm saying? Like, he been right up the block for a while. For a minute, he was right there and could have had been touched, but he got let, you know, his affiliation with an organization, I guess, protected him. But to me, it was just like, okay.
I fear God and I fear the FBI. Only two things I'm scared in life.
Where'd you get that video? Is that from the Daily Mail?
oh no, that sound like the
Washington
that
Post.
Breakfast Club interview when he was like, I only fear the feds. But why do you fear them when shit hit the fan? They became your best fucking friends.
Well, right.
I
And
mean,
that's
giving
because-
it all up like that. Like even when he was giving up celebrities, the only ones that really mattered was Jim.
They became his friends because that wasn't who he was. And we finally saw him admit that this is not who I am. I do not live this way. And I was, in bed with strangers. And he basically was funding the whole operation. And there was this, apparently, and this is another twist and turn, was that ICE is somehow involved. They was going to deport the driver. And he turned fair. He was an informant. And they got they got audio of Tekashi begging bruh to not fucking take his money. He was like,
oh yeah, they had the whole kidnapping because they said the driver was bugged, the car was bugged. But the crazier part, like even in this, we all know Tekashi, he is snitch, but it's the way that Shotty was getting caught up on this wiretap shit too, saying the wildest things. Like, these niggas gotta stay off the phone.
I learned that lesson myself. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Let's get some audio.
The lyrics of Gummo, beginning with the first line, is a reference to a word, blicky. What is a blicky?
What's a blicky?
Blicky is another word for a gun.
And in the second line, there's the phrase in the middle, drum, it holds 50. What is that in reference to?
Drum is an attachment that you add to a gun. Carries extra clips.
So it's Tekashi on the stand talking
Turning
about
to the
his record
second
Gummo.
stanza, the second line, the second stanza. There's a line there, in the hood with them Billy N-word and them Hoover N-word. What is that in reference to?
Just me stating who I'm around.
And what?
He sounds real calm and
You
quiet.
will lose an N-word.
N-word.
Up that Uzi N-word. Uzi is another rapper that was related, that people compared to Trippie Redd. So I said, if you don't have KB watching over you, you will lose somebody, and I'll up the Uzi. I don't know. Thought it was cool at the time.
Well, Mr. Hernandez, what is Gummo about?
All right, here we go. Here's some good shit.
Generally speaking.
It was actually a diss song. A diss song is like something. How I say it's a song towards like somebody who I didn't get along with. It's the best way I can describe it.
And who was the diss song aimed at?
Trippie Redd.
Why?
Me and him was signed to the same label around 2017 when I signed my first deal. Me and Trippie Redd were signed to the same label. He signed first. I then signed right after. There was a lot of jealousy involved, a lot of arguments back and forth on social media. So I made the song. Meaning people shared it. People,
All right, there's some testimony from Tekashi, right from his mouth, him on the stand, giving it up, in any kind of way. He's not evading these questions, he's answering them. And there's more audio that I'm gonna try and find of Jim Jones talking. But yeah, you're right. Like, Shotty was really being very reckless on the phone. And I know a lot of people don't think that it could happen to you, but it can, especially when you're getting money to this degree, and when you're involved with the type of people that they were involved with. I don't think that we've in our lifetime seen, at least to the point where we've been able to see and hear the testimony of a famous person snitching on the criminal enterprise that they were once affiliated with. Like, we've seen in the movies, you hear about it in the songs, but now we're like actually watching a person. He's on the stand and he's giving it up any kind of way, right? And did any of that surprise y'all? Anything that he said he was involved in? He basically said that, and someone else had told me this before, that when he did y'all ever seen the Gunmo video? Mm-hmm. You seen it, right? That all the flags are brand new, and that's how you could tell that not only was he not affiliated, the majority of those people were also not affiliated. Like, nobody had a used flag. Nobody had a flag that looked like they had it for a while. Every flag was bright red, brand new. And so there were so many signs that this person is really taking everybody for a ride, but I guess nobody cares. Is that what it is? Like nobody cares about who you are as a person as long as you're making music that's somewhat enjoyable?
I mean, nobody paid attention to the brand new flags when the video dropped, because when you think you dropping a video, you want all your shit to look fresh anyways. It wasn't until he came out like, yo, look, I wouldn't purchase 30 red bandanas to make it look like, yo, because I don't think any real nigga wants to be in that video shown like that. These niggas dancing around like that. Some of these motherfucking real niggas is killers. They not dancing around or want to be seen in a video.
In a video?
Like, I just killed somebody last week. I don't want to be seen in no video. Like, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas don't play no games.
That, you know, there was a lot of red flags with the Tekashi guy. And like I said, he brought up several other artists alleged to be affiliated with or to have some issues with. But the whole thing just kind of, you know, is sour grapes. I mean, I don't wish death on anybody. Now, here's the thing, the part that really I feel like people are, you know, kind of running away with. And that's that, you know, some people seem to believe or have gotten the idea, even though, I mean, I know we live in an age where there's a lot of information available, but it just seems to be premature. There are reports saying like, oh, he's going to decline witness protection and go and continue music. Like, you don't have a choice.
Right.
You don't decide that for yourself.
Nah, because people are going to come after you for sure. Like, you just told everything, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and when you're dealing with the feds, just because your testimony may be done in this case, that doesn't mean the feds are done with you.
I was about to say, what did he get off? Like, he's not out, right? So
No,
he snitched for what?
Nah, they talking like he can be out by the end of the year, top of 2020.
That's how they're talking, but I don't see that happening. Although it is possible, because what we now know is that he didn't really do anything. He paid for things, but he probably pulled very few triggers. You know, he made it possible. So I see him getting a few years, like maybe 2 to 5 years for being, you know. But here's the thing, though. We're pointing the finger at Tekashi and we're like, okay, you're a snitch. But it is facts, though, that the other members of the gang are snitching as well.
No,
other members are cooperating and snitching.
There are others that are giving up information, but I don't think that they're giving it up like Tekashi. And if they are, it's because Tekashi's the celebrity. That's who we're paying attention to. Now Shadi is saying crazy shit, or they pulling this type of information up on him. So, you know what I mean? He's another person in light. But the other people that went down, I mean, have you heard their names? Everything's on Tekashi and Shadi.
Names have been said, but yeah, everything's on Tekashi and Shadi, because those are the people. I mean, that's how the feds operate. They want to get this name. They want to get, you know, whatever's going to get this attention, you know, this publicity, and they want to put it on, you know, on somebody. But at the end of the day, there are other individuals in the gang who are cooperating, and I think that what this really just proves is that the majority of people are not willing to do that kind of time. Regardless of whatever their street code is, regardless of however they feel, when faced with 47 years in prison, a lot of people will tell.
But some of that could come from like, yo, look, niggas was going to stay solid, but it's like, all right, now Tekashi told, so now it's like, shit. Like, I was looking at a minimum sentence, but now that this nigga told,
he gave up hard facts.
Yeah, so now it's like, it's a different type of pressure placed on you now. Because now it's like, yo, all right, yeah, you're going to be solid. Here's a little more pressure. Let's see if you're going.
That's true. Because, you know, a lot of times when they're trying to get you to tell, it's because they want you to put pieces together. There's something that they don't know. So if somebody else has agreed to give them the information and put the pieces together, it's like, okay, you can tell, or I can throw you in jail for however many years. There's only one way, I think, to stay solid in these situations, and that's to avoid them altogether. I don't.
Big facts.
Like people saying what they would, what they wouldn't do. I'm sure people know themselves to know what they would and wouldn't do, but it's a whole nother story when you're faced with 40 to 50 years. Now, I know I never told on nobody, And I know I can say I wouldn't tell, but I would rather just avoid it. I would rather not put myself in a position where I have to tell on somebody or spend 47 years in prison. You know, I'm just not, I don't live that life. I don't, you know, gangbang. I don't sell drugs. I don't kill people. And I do what I do. But, you know, there's no gang members looking for me. I haven't done anything for anybody to be looking for me or where I would have to spend a lot of time in prison. So that's something I don't have to worry about. I can say freely, I wouldn't tell because I don't have to worry about these things.
Right.
But I don't think that the gang affiliation has anything to do with it. It comes from dumb decisions. Because you can go out here and not be in the gang and make a dumb decision and get 47 years in prison.
You sure can. You definitely can get, you know, prison time, being in the gang or not. I'm just saying, though, that I'm not in any situations where there's anyone concerned on if I'm a snitch on them. I don't have that to worry about. So, there's not much that really I feel like I could say about Tekashi that we haven't said already. But if y'all had more to say about him,
It's a dead horse with him, like for real.
like you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hold on, let's place a little wager. Who is going to be his first feature when he gets out?
This dude is not doing music.
Like nobody's gonna listen to his shit.
Y'all speaking from our generation. That boy can come out and still make
Bigger
music.
facts.
He cannot make music.
Yeah, you want to put something on it?
I'll put money on it. He cannot tour.
What you want to do? I mean, he might not be able to tour because he's gonna be seen as a risk, as a liability.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah, he cannot. So he can't make
in this era. I mean, do we got to walk around to promote the podcast? Nah, we can do it from the computer. We don't have to We don't have to do no footwork.
But the money though comes from the tour.
You know how much money he can make from SoundCloud? Like, I mean,
not as much as he was making on tour. He was making like $700,000-$800,000 in like a short year and some change.
But I'm saying, like, he is a famous snitch now. You got motherfuckers that just don't believe in that no snitching shit. They still gonna fuck with his music. I mean, all of his money may go to security, but he'll still be able to make music. And he's making some type of weird ass history in fucking hip hop. Like, hip hop will never forget Tekashi.
Never. They'll never forget him.
The skittlehead snitch ass motherfucker.
Right. With rainbow hair and like so. But no, I do not believe that he'll make music. I don't believe that people will listen. I don't even think, like, I know that a lot of people are saying, like, the younger generation, they don't care. I think they care.
I think if he put out some music, you're going to click on it. Because you're going to want to, like, let me see what the fuck. Maybe he's talking about maybe he's telling us something else.
No, now what I will say is that if he somehow is able to release a song, his next song will get played a lot. Because people want to know, what does this sound like? What are you talking about? Because you better not say shit about how you are anything but like, what could you even say?
Why not finish running with your favorite?
He cannot talk about anything. He can't say, "Oh, you a killer, I'm a killer too." He can't do anything. I don't think he has a career now. If he did like some reggaeton shit or just a different genre altogether.
Mace came back.
Mace never snitched though.
Nah, but I'm saying this is just it's some shit that hip hop is gonna allow. Unfortunately,
I disagree. I don't
They'd
think
have to kill like all the OGs before
Right.
they would let some shit like that happen.
So
like,
many
you
people not
cannot
letting that go down.
change
all right. So
the code.
that's two people with no music.
I mean, he may put out music.
No.
And you may have
Is
a
that
track.
a yes or no?
Noah Nick has music, and I've produced music.
No, he's saying like, do I think he's gonna produce music?
I
He may come out with a track, and they may fucking play it, but that'll be the last track that he fucking makes.
I am entirely surprised he hasn't dropped like some jail freestyle, but
it's not. I mean, his lawyer is probably strongly imploring him to not do that. Like, do not do that.
This would be the best time. He's behind, like, well, then again, you can get your ass like split.
All right, so
Well,
y'all don't
he's in
think-
PC though.
So y'all don't think it'll be one more Tekashi verse that come out before they get rid of Trump?
No, I don't. Honestly, I don't think that. I don't
Haven't they
think
put up for his impeachment? Haven't they put up for Trump's impeachment?
Yeah.
they talk. I think that they're
Whoa.
they're strongly thinking about it, but I don't want Trump to get impeached because Pence is worse.
You're worse.
Pence is a worse kind of guy, and he doesn't have. Trump is a fucked up individual, but you could feel comfort knowing like they're gonna get this guy out of here because he's such a fucked up individual. Pence is just as bad, but has none of the allegations, none of the things that would make you want to impeach him.
Yeah, but he's not gonna make the country look as bad. Trump got us out here looking like a fucking shit show.
We just got put on the list of terrorists. Like, white supremacy you're a terrorist now.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you just changed the whole world.
Like, Pence is the same kind of guy.
Which was a good thing, though.
Pence is the same kind of guy, but he's not, he's the worst of those two people.
Man, let's get Trump out of here and make Kanye great again.
Trump getting out of there.
How much longer in the... What is it called? The term does he have?
He's got until November of 2020, as far as I know.
So that would be 1 year. Pence would be in there, and then they elect again. He's only in there for his term. So,
but
get his ass out of here.
If he goes in there and he's looking pretty good, Republicans will put him back in there.
It doesn't matter that he still has to run against somebody. You still have to run. So at the end of the day, get the orange man the fuck out of here and his wife.
Democrats already don't have a very strong candidate.
It doesn't matter. They'll find somebody.
It kind of matters.
Michelle is going to come out.
Michelle's not running for president.
Watch.
She saw what the world did to her husband. I've never met Michelle, but I'm just by looking at her, I'll bet that there's a brain in between her ears, and anybody with a brain is not finna sign up for that scrutiny again. And this time it's on you, when last time you were just kind of a passer, innocent bystander. Now, you know what I'm saying? She couldn't even wear her fucking arms out without people calling her a slut and a whore, and how could she do this to the White House? And she was at the beach one time. And people were like, "This is so disgusting." I'm like,
they are still
yo,
watching them under a microscope now. Get the country in order.
Fucking beach with some shorts on. You would have thought she was out there twerking and busting it open and dropping and getting an eagle on. Like, so no, Michelle's not running for president. We already know that. That's her husband probably wouldn't even want her to run, knowing what type of things people would say to her. So. But, I don't personally give a fuck who's president. Really. I don't vote. For people who are listening to the show, somebody probably just jerked their head back like, "Oh, you don't vote?" No, I don't. I do not vote.
No.
I don't go there. I don't register. And I don't feel bad about not voting either. If I'm being honest, I don't feel bad about it.
I don't remember the last time I voted.
I remember the last time I voted.
Matter of fact, Obama.
I voted for Obama. I also voted for Hillary. I know I said I don't vote, but I voted in the last 2 times you could vote, I voted. But I don't vote. It's not something I do.
But when you say you don't vote, doesn't that kind of depreciate your opinion on...
Nope. Nope, not one bit. And, people like to say that, like, oh, if you don't vote, you can't say anything. Well, if I vote and I don't get the outcome, what difference does it make?
Well, no, I'm not saying that your opinion doesn't matter, but it's just like, all right, if you're just coming about the problem and have no answer or solution, it's like, I can't subscribe to that. Like, it's like, because, boom, you have your opinion, but what's your solution for it?
Oh, well, the solution should be, for one, we need to get rid of the Electoral College altogether. And I think that, we need to be... I like that Trump, who's not a politician, was elected. Someone who's not doing the same shit. I could see the appeal. But until they get some candidates that aren't just going to say the same shit over and over, then, I feel like that's pointless. I don't feel like it really affects my life, who's up in there. I'm still viewed the same way. People still, a lot of people still treat me the same way, regardless of who's sitting up in there. They had a guy who looked like me up in there one time, but that doesn't mean shit to a lot of motherfuckers. So, it's just not something I deem as necessary.
Hey everybody, I really do hope you love the Verdict podcast. Did you know that you can actually get paid just for listening to this podcast? I know it sounds insane, but it's true. We just discovered a free new app called Podcoin, and it literally pays you to listen to podcasts. Here's how it works. You listen to podcasts and you earn Podcoin while you listen. Then you turn the Podcoin in for your gift cards at places like Amazon or Starbucks. Okay, take two. Hold on. Hey everybody, I really do hope you love... Shit. Hey everybody, I really do hope you love the Verdict Podcast. Did you know that you can actually get paid just for listening to this podcast? I know, it sounds insane, but it's true. We just discovered this free new app called Podcoin, and it literally pays you to listen to podcasts. Here's how it works. You listen to podcasts and you earn Podcoin while you listen. Then you turn that Podcoin in for gift cards at places like Amazon or Starbucks. And you could even donate that Podcoin to charity. The more you listen, the more you earn. So here's what you do. Download the app right now on your iPhone or Android, and I'll have a special code for you. Simply use our code Verdict Podcast, and you'll get 300 Podcoin just for signing up. And if you listen to enough of us on here, you can get cappuccino at Starbucks or an Amazon gift card on us. So go ahead and go listen to the podcast or virtually any podcast on Podcoin and sign up with our code Verdict Podcast. I swear it'll change the way you listen to podcasts.
So if we're off that, we could talk about some really wild shit. And that is this we could not have gone for 39 minutes on that bullshit. Was that 39 minutes? Jesus. Of nothing.
It was.
So
Tekashi shit.
Right, yeah. So anyway, did y'all get a chance, anybody get a chance to check out this the 22-year-old posing as a dwarf?
No, but I wanted to because I'm like, hold on, what? When I see that shit on the little doc, and I was like,
that
what?
shit was crazy. No, nigga, looked like you were looking that up. You want to fill us in on what that was about?
I hate when you call me like that. Kill me. You kill me. Because I don't even have it up no more.
I just wanted to know her name. I kind of know what the situation was.
I don't think it said her name.
I didn't think it did either.
I don't remember seeing a name.
All right, hold on. I'm going to pull it up. All right, so I'll read y'all.
Or is it Kristen?
No, that's the mom.
Okay.
So here's the thing. The parents, so Kristen and Michael Barnett, they've been charged with neglect of a dependent in Tippecanoe County. This is in Indiana. Now, they're accused of abandoning an 8-year-old Ukrainian girl they adopted named Natalia and moving to Canada with the rest of their family. They abandoned her and moved to Canada. Now, doesn't that sound like some fucked up shit to do? Like, you're a parent, you abandon an 8-year-old girl and moved to another fucking country? Here's the wild shit, though. Kristen says that they were scammed, and there was a movie that was that this situation happened. I don't know if y'all got a chance to check it out. It was called Orphan, where they adopted this little girl, and it turns out she was like this 63-year-old woman, and she was fucking offing the family she was living with. Where's this shit?
CBDs.
You looked at that shit like, yo, hold on. This is like acid or something?
Yeah, I was like, whoa, what's up in here? Some gasoline?
They said Natalia terrorized their family, tried to stab them while they were sleeping, and once tried to push her towards an electric fence, and then poured bleach in her coffee.
How do you try to stab somebody while they're asleep? Like,
they wake up before you do it.
Right.
That means you were hesitant.
Yeah,
you had some remorse, because if you really wanted it done, you'd get it done.
That's what I'm thinking.
Here's the thing, though. She was like, she had the body of like an 8-year-old girl. So
my thing is like, why are we not like picking this bitch up and like throwing her around somewhere? Like, but then again, she's probably got some weight on her ass.
Right.
All that meat and like muscle, like yeah.
Right. Even
stacked.
Even though she's short and looks like a little
probably
kid.
a good
this is a grown
70,
woman.
80,
yeah.
maybe even 100 pounds.
Right. So,
she was suffering a severe psychological illness, only diagnosed in adults.
Right. She has dwarfinism.
Yes.
Which is basically a condition where your body doesn't grow past a certain point, so you may appear as a child. I think that did not Gary Coleman or what's the other guy's name?
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, what's his name?
I don't know. I'm not the person asked that.
Gary Coleman. What's the other one though? There was two of them. You remember the other one who was on TV? The one of them still alive. I think Gary Coleman was the one from the fuck is the name of that show?
Different Strokes.
Yeah, Different Strokes. Yeah, that's Gary Coleman. I can now remember.
about the
Emmanuel Lewis is the other one.
I was thinking about the little Austin Power dude.
Oh,
and then the little tiny guy from Jackass.
and then those guys I think
Damn,
are just
it's a bunch
midgets.
of these little motherfuckers, yo.
I think that some of those people are just midgets, but some of them, have a different condition where it's like, even it's like a
It's smaller.
yeah, something
Like
similar to that.
Like Smurfs and shit, right?
Well, dwarfs. So, but she had dysplasia,
Smurfism.
which makes her age difficult to accurately record without a birth certificate. So the fact of the matter is that
So her body doesn't age?
it doesn't grow. Her body's aging, yes, but it doesn't grow beyond a certain point, right? So, so Kristen said that the adoption was a scam, and the girl was not who they thought she was. She said that her and her now ex-husband agreed to an emergency adoption in Florida in 2010. They didn't know many details about Natalia's background, but were told that her previous adopted parents gave her up for undisclosed reasons. But basically, they're saying that they're saying that she had periods, that she did not lose any teeth, and she never grew a single inch. And so,
You don't think those are some weird ass doctor's appointments?
Hold on, she doesn't have any teeth?
no, she has adult teeth.
Oh.
She wasn't losing any teeth. Like, if you're an 8-year-old, 9-year-old, you should have some loose teeth. One should be falling out.
So she was born with adult teeth? Like her adult teeth grew
No,
in?
the little bitch was 22 or something, and
right.
she posed as a
Oh.
9-year-old.
Right.
I forgot we were talking about
Yeah,
it.
she's fucking,
I was
fucking
like,
22
what?
years old. She's an adult.
But like, how do these doctor's appointments go? Like, yo, your little bitch got a whole grown, like,
Because she's from another country. So if you're thinking like, okay, all her paperwork is lost, we think that she's 8 or 9, then that's what she's going to be. And the doctor's probably thinking like, damn, this 8 or 9-year-old is kind of like, So they might have had thought, okay, maybe she's 10 or 11 or something. But they without having a birth certificate, you wouldn't have just assumed that she was 22.
No. The doctors, like, just imagine how these appointments are going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we do this blood work and we do blood pressures, like, your child, we can't explain it. Like, at some point, like, that's got to be like, yo, look, you got to take them somewhere else. We can't help you.
I'll bet, and I'm sure it says in the story, but I bet that she didn't stay. They probably weren't together long enough for them to, like, really, she probably moves fast because that conversation probably comes up pretty quick. Like, something's going on with your kids. So she's going to kill them, I guess. I don't know what for. Like, why are you killing these people? But yeah, so she tried to kill them. But
Yo, you got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Now you gotta die. Like,
but what I wanted to know is, how far have y'all ever gone to? Let me tell. I seen Sydney like right before I came here. Very random. I won't even say, but it was very random. I just seen her at a Office Depot. So anyway, what's the furthest you've ever gone to get an ex back? I called them, stalked them, popped a tire. What's the craziest thing you've ever done to get your ex back?
Maybe call or text. I'm not popping no tires.
my lawyer told me not to answer that question.
Jesus.
Nah, I don't think I've done anything.
Holy Ghost.
Right? I maybe have done, I've maybe like made some fake accounts or something, but this one guy, let me see if I can get his name. This one guy, here we go. Darius DeShodel. Right now, he's 23 years old. He stalked his ex-girlfriend, used his vehicle to prevent her from exiting the interstate to alert police that he was chasing her. So he chased her on the highway and then used his car to block her from getting off. He would not let her get off the interstate. And that's after contacting her from 22 Instagram and Twitter accounts, 150 plus phone calls and 50 emails. Like, he really wanted that box back. And he's in a fraternity. He goes to he's in college. Like, this man is in college. Like, what do you think? What type of thing? What do y'all think they were doing in that bedroom for him to feel like, yo, you're not going anywhere?
She must have been tickling the prostate or some shit. I don't know.
Licking the gooch?
I don't know, because that's a lot of guy.
Have you ever
that's
had
a lot of shit.
You ever had your gooch licked?
Nah, I am good on that. But then again, y'all gonna judge me for like the Young and May shit?
You know what?
Still, fuck y'all.
So you wouldn't smell? Oh, I had a follow up question for you.
Oh, because Young and May, she dropped a freestyle. I was gonna send it to you, but you know what I mean.
So you wouldn't smash Queen Latifah?
See why? Queen Latifah looks like a woman. She looks more like a woman.
Young and May definitely looks like a woman.
I definitely said Queen Latifah looks more. Emphasis on the more.
Anyway, so have you ever licked a gooch?
Absolutely not.
Thank God. We over here hitting that vape. I was like, oh, shit.
Absolutely not. No.
Dude, shit, you acting like that? What's wrong with licking your man's gooch?
You been getting your gooch licked?
I've actually never had my gooch licked.
Yeah, I feel
It's
too
close
awkward.
to your fucking asshole. I'm not doing it. Sorry.
All right. Okay. I mean, I'm not doing it either. So.
Tekashi out here telling on motherfuckers. Y'all niggas know that?
All right.
The fuck?
So anyway, yeah, man. So Darius, I think that, you know, he certainly needs his internet suspended. He needs a timeout from the internet. He needs a timeout, but you know, this younger generation, you know, they feel very comfortable chasing, stalking, and you know, even inflicting bodily harm on people. You know, I guess to get them back in their life. I mean, it's crazy, like, you know, how these kids is giving it up. So, in the interest of time, right, I had 2 Victor Murnau stories, but we're only gonna talk about one. I'll save one for next week. So, have y'all seen Lil Pump tell his story about the young lady he fornicated with?
No.
Nah, I heard some story how he says he doesn't pay prostitutes, doesn't pay for sex.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can find it.
I mean, I feel him for not paying for sex.
Shit, where is it? Okay, here we go. All right, I just want to play this for y'all super fast.
How you lose the whole ox?
Yo, I was at this bitch last night, right? So boom, boom, boom. We go upstairs and all that. And then the bitch trying to charge me. So I said, okay, for sure. I got some top, did my thing. Boom, boom. She's like, okay, so you gonna pay me? I said, hold on. I said, let's go downstairs really quick. Let's go smoke a blunt. Boom, boom, boom. We go downstairs. I look at her. I said, bitch, you is not getting paid from me at all. Bitch, you crazy as fuck. Bitch, you should be lucky to be in this house. Bitch, you in a $7 million mansion. Fuck I look like paying, hoe. You gonna suck this dick for free in my crib. I don't pay for no man, ain't no prostitution in my crib. When y'all hoes come over here, y'all bitches sucking dick for the free. No cap.
Oh, man. So, here's the thing, though. When I was introduced to that video, the caption read, I saw it on Twitter, and the caption read that Lil Pump just admitted to being a rapist. Now, after listening to that video, and him admitting that he finessed this woman out of some free top, and I'm guessing some free bottom too. Do you believe that either Pump or this woman, this nameless working woman, is a victim. Now, here's the thing. People are calling him a rapist because they claim that she agreed to consensual sex under certain terms. And when you broke those terms, you basically had sex with her unconsensually. And so some people are claiming that it's rape. Now, here's why I ask if he's a victim, because, those are serious allegations. So do you believe that in this Me Too era that we live in, that these allegations could hurt his career? Yay or nay? So, Noah, Nick, what do you think? Do you think that there's a victim here? Do you think that she was raped? Do you agree with that?
No, I don't think so.
Do you
I think it's a lot of times that women are just changing their stories when they don't get what they want, or...
Well, no, I mean, do you think she would change her story to...
As far as,
he's
like...
supposed to pay me, and he didn't pay me?
I mean...
that's
that doesn't make... I mean, that's what she said, right?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said that, we don't even know if she's saying anything.
That's what I'm saying. So the story changed. She didn't get what she wanted. So she came and was supposed to get paid, didn't get paid. So then, oh my God, it's rape.
Well, she never claimed rape. What I'm saying is that a person shared this video on Twitter and said that the girl got raped.
No.
These are the words of someone else.
No, I don't think so. I think you got played.
Millie?
I think Lil Pump is, if anything, is a thief. He might have stole some pussy, but I don't think he didn't rape it. It was consensual, so he stole the pussy.
Right. I mean, we can go into Webster's dictionary if we want to get super super technical, but
she knew what she was coming for.
She knew exactly what she was coming for. She knew exactly what she was coming for, and she agreed. And at no point did she ever say no or stop or don't. I do think that she got finessed.
But had it been the other way around, would we be feeling sorry for Lil Pump if he was the one that got finessed? Like, nah, nigga, you put yourself in a situation over some pussy or some top.
Yeah, we would be making jokes like if he had sex with her and then she robbed him. We would be like, that's what you get.
She beat Cardi.
I don't feel sorry for her.
I don't feel sorry for her.
And I don't even feel sorry about his statement. His statement, furthermore, like, she knew what it was. That's why he felt so comfortable saying it like that. Because, bitch, you know what time it is. Why you playing with me, running out here saying this bullshit? You know what time it is. You came over here like, nah, I'm not paying for no pussy. You know who the fuck I am? $7 million crib.
How do y'all feel about paying for companionship? Is that kosher?
I mean, it's desperate.
It's desperate.
I don't see it as desperate. I mean, I can see it being desperate, but you got some wealthy ass like women that just rather commit to their business dealings and don't have time. So it's just like, yo, look, you're here for one reason. I only care about my business. I don't want no kids. You're just here to fuck me and then go about your business.
Desperate. That's a strong word now. It's desperate to pay?
Why do you have to pay and there's so many people giving it away for free?
Hold on. Are you paying for porn? Because to me, it's essentially the same thing. You paying for porn?
Do I pay for it?
Yeah.
Not currently.
Well, your views on paying for pussy are going to be, jaded just based on that.
Yo, I had to have a Black membership for a little minute, at least for 2-3 months to run through that catalog.
See, you ran through lotion when you could have been running through some skins. Like,
nah, it kept me out of trouble though.
It kept you strong too.
Yeah, I got a mean right hook, bro.
Jesus,
you know what I'm saying?
And sticky fucking floors,
right.
Shoes on.
Right.
Yeah, what y'all think I was watching when I was impregnating the carpet? So
Jesus.
Yeah, so we're all in agreement. There's no victim here. The young lady actually is a victim of theft, maybe. Pump finessed her, and she got what she got. So other than that, we're gonna keep it rolling to this roll call, and I'm gonna fly through this, right? Unless there's anything else anybody else want to add.
Nope.
Perfect. So Ryan Reeves, he's the second dealer arrested in the Mac Miller case. Rest in peace to Mac, but I'm saying they're locking up all these niggas behind. Like they're gonna come for the girl too, probably the prostitute who was bringing the drugs back and forth. I'll bet she goes to jail as well. Like. His family's not playing. They're gonna arrest everybody who was probably doing drugs over there too. Like which is wild. I did read today actually that he left his $11 million to his friends and family. Which duh. Who else was he gonna leave it to though? As far as I know, he had a great relationship with his he had a pretty good relationship with his family. So I would assume that he left it all to his mom to do with. An arrest warrant has been issued for Andy Dick. He groped an Uber driver, which apparently isn't uncommon. And Uber is really coming under fire because a lot of the Uber drivers are getting sexually assaulted. Bridget the Midget, I want to say she's a porn star. She stabbed her boyfriend with a butter knife. And lastly, we have Kamaya Ilyaya from the West Coast. She was at a movie screening and was firing a gun. So I don't know if she was off the Henny or what, but she definitely was tripping and spent like a couple days in jail. Nothing else, we can move on to Two Truths and a Con.
Let's get it.
Perfect. So.
Not yours, but mine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Y'all ready?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So, a squirrel stops a woman in a park, leading her to her injured baby. Okay.
All right.
All right. This woman, gets a back rash and a cold disease that might have been triggered from mosquitoes.
All right.
And a woman developed broken heart syndrome after eating too much wasabi. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm going with number 3. Eating too much wasabi.
Okay, broken heart syndrome after eating too much wasabi. Millie.
What was number 1 again?
Number 1.
The squirrel who led the woman to her injured baby.
Yes, squirrel stops woman in park, leading her to her injured baby.
That one sounds kind of suspect.
I don't know. Alvin and them chipmunks.
Right.
I know chipmunks and squirrels are different, but...
We're the chipmunks. Ready for action.
So is that what you think? You think the squirrel?
I'm rolling with the chipmunks.
We're
you think the
chipmunks.
wasabi? All right. So.
Doop.
Do
do do do do do do do.
So. A woman developed the broken heart syndrome.
Okay.
Is true.
All right. It's the second one is the con.
And the squirrel stopping the woman in the park and leading her to her injured baby is also true.
I figured the second one because there wasn't as many details and it sounded so thrown together. What was it?
A woman's back rash.
Right. It was like some shit. A woman got a back rash. Like what? Oh yeah, she got it from this. I was like, oh, okay.
But see, what I said was actually plausible. This story is from New York weather, so I just switched it up.
Okay. True indeed. True indeed. All right. Okay. So, all right.
One for me. Y'all 2 lose. You're welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Tasting my own medicine. All right. Tastes pretty good, though.
And on the fly, right?
Why am I welcome?
Right. Yeah. Why am I welcome?
You're welcome.
So, all right then. So, if you missed the Verdict podcast over these last 2 weeks, then you should be especially, jumping for joy to get this extra jam-packed episode for you. Even though I am gonna cut it up and take a whole bunch of the bullshit out. But still should be, rather lengthy for you. So, why don't y'all tell people where they can find you on the gram, and we'll get out of here.
Y'all better check the old episodes and catch me if you can.
All right, still doing that. Okay.
Yeah, I finally got an Instagram.
Word.
Podcast Millie. That's podcast MI11Y on Instagram.
Word. So, follow the homie Podcast Millie. If you fucking with, this episode of the Verdict Podcast, you can like, rate, review, subscribe, share on Google Play, iTunes, Spreaker, Spotify, Podcoins, wherever you like to listen to your podcasts, and check them out. Also, I'm on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow me at House of Splash. Other than that, we out of here.